ou si t'es à l'urgence et un de tes traitements, c'est du Ventolin. Donc, genre,
Hey guys, just to let you know that I have a Patreon.
Nice.
If you are interested in supporting me, head on over to patreon.com and subscribe for some exclusive content.
monsieur, madame ou chose. Monsieur, madame ou chose. La pompe bleue, c'est ce qu'on appelle un buffer d'urgence. Il va venir se lier. Un buffer d'urgence. Il va agir dans vos branches qui sont comme des tuyaux. Ces tuyaux, dans votre état aigu de la maladie, ces tuyaux dans votre état aigu de la maladie font en sorte qu'ils se rétrécissent et ont l'allure d'une paille. L'allure d'une paille. Ça devient difficile de faire circuler l'air dans un tuyau étroit. Ce médicament vient faire en sorte de augmenter la taille du tuyau. Augmenter la taille du tuyau. D'une paille à un... how can I put this? La taille du tuyau d'une paille vers un... vers un tuyau de plomberie. Vers un tuyau de plomberie. C'est plus efficace de faire circuler l'air, monsieur, madame, chose. Mais c'est quoi la différence en être deux? C'est quoi la différence? See, this is why I feel like if I have a base in healthcare as an RT, I am more efficient. And then I look at this and then I kind of just realize that people in my class are just kind of like stupid. Like, you cannot be unbelievably dumb. And it's not like, oh, okay, well, give them a chance. They're like first year students. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ton médicament à long terme, c'est ton médicament d'entretien. Oh my god. And I'm wasting time as well. It's like 9:40 as well. And I haven't like gotten through halfway through my stuff. It's an hour and 12 minutes, however. So I think like we're doing good regarding that. Major neurocognitive symptoms, disorders. So we get into dementia and most specifically Alzheimer's disease. Let me just answer her. Vu que Ventolin dilate les bronches, vu que Ventolin, ça favorise une meilleure déposition pour le cibri. Dans le fond, le Ventolin permet au cibri de se rendre plus loin dans l'arbre bronchique. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but like the exam is tomorrow and I'm getting like basic questions like why do we give albuterol before the cibri? So it's kind of like question like that make me think that these people who are going to graduate make me scared on how they're going to be able, because at the end of the day, your science and nursing, the way that the program is made is that it is going to like your science and nursing program, it's gonna make people like this graduate, you know. They're probably gonna learn on the job, but they're gonna be stuck with such big um misconceptions. They're gonna be stuck with huge misconceptions on how medications work. And they're gonna be probably stuck with misconceptions for the rest of their lives. And they'll be like, oh, I always thought that it was like this. And this is why RTs come into place to like kind of just like correct the nurses who never actually who are still gonna be stuck with like she's like, thank you. I think I might have humbled her, but I think like she feels dumb for asking me like these questions before the exam. Oh wait, let me ask her. So si je te dis c'est quoi le mécanisme d'action entre le diabète et glucophage. Genre, pourquoi ton diabète cause une hypo et non ton glucophage? Let's see, like I don't feel bad. Let's try helping her a little bit. Because she's like, why do I need to learn the mechanism? Like, what is it? Ça sert à quoi d'apprendre le mécanisme d'action des médicaments? You can't, like, at this point, I know you're a first year, but this is like the end of the first year, and you don't understand why and you don't understand the mechanism of action. So, yeah. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary, right? It's extremely scary. Oh, by the way, I love how in Tears of the Kingdom, they brought back the hands. I remember playing on the N64. These guys, the hands, when you would be like, the most common example I could give you is when you're in the Leaf Temple and the Kokiri Temple. The one to get the fucking green diamond or whatever. Um, so what would happen is you'd have like that hand following you, and you'd hear like that shadow hand ready to like pick you up and then bring you back to like the starting point. Well, then they kind of just did the same concept with these. I'm super happy that they brought this back. Like honestly, Tears of the Kingdom feels like what this game should have actually been on the Switch. Because you go into caves, you get to explore. It feels more like a polished and well done Zelda game. It does actually feel like they went back to its core, and it feels like an actual refurbished Zelda game. It doesn't feel like it's just a bunch of empty space. Anyways, major neurocognitive disorders like dementia, and if we go back to that and just kind of speed run through it, the 4 signs of Alzheimer's disease or dementia in general, of your major neurocognitive disorder, is amnesia, aphasia. There's 4 A's: amnesia, aphasia, and apraxia and agnosia. Aphasia and apraxia probably come. Apraxia and agnosia probably come in very late. However, yeah, that's pretty much it. So stuff in order. In order to evaluate the stage of a neurocognitive disorder, you have the mini mental exam, which is more sensitive to people who are more in like the severe stages of your neurocognitive disorders. Since they're in the late stages, they'll probably be more sensitive to the mini mental exam. However, the MOCA is for the MOCA, so the Montreal Cognitive Assessment, is more sensitive. Is more sensitive to those who have mild dementia. Let me just take a sip of coffee. Okay, so let's see what she wrote. She wrote me for diabetes. Stimulates the insulin in the pancreatic isloes, augmente la sensibilité cellulaire et l'insuline. Et metformine diminue la production du glucose hépatique et augmente la captation du glucose dans les tissus musculaires. Ainsi, une diminution. I don't think it does. Ton glucophage fait la diminution du glucose dans le diminution de la glycogeno. Sorry, I just need to like. What is glyconeogenesis? I need to know what the word of liberation of glucose is. Oh my god, why is my internet so slow? I'm probably like streaming so much at this moment. But anyways, what is the production of glucose in the liver called? Oh, gluconeogenesis. Okay. Donc, glucophage sur la diminution de la gluconéogenèse augmente la sensibilité au tissu pariétal pour l'insuline et il prévient l'absorption du glucose dans les intestins lors de la digestion. Donc, tu as raison pour ça. But I'm just going to make sure that the sulfonurée, I just want to make sure. Yeah, it's just insulin secretion. Par contre, dans bêta, dans mes notes, j'ai seulement qu'il stimule la production d'insuline dans des cellules bêta dans les îlots pancréatiques. Yeah. So basically it was that. So some of the anticholinergic effects, because Alzheimer patients are going to be probably polymedicated. Dementia patients as well, but also dementia patients, we did mention that because of one of the risk factors being toxins, there is anticholinergic effects that may end up causing that. Some of those cholinergic effects, I have an acronym for that. It is called Alice in Wonderland. Pourquoi ça crée une hypo? Parce que tu as une augmentation plasmatique de ton insuline. C'est comme si je donne de l'insuline asparte, mais c'est comme si je donne de l'insuline asparte, mais c'est juste que c'est endogène. Let's like confuse her with like scientific words. Maybe she'll, because I don't really want to take the time to do that, to like explain to her like every time. So that is my acronym. Ton insuline, c'est ce qui cause une hypo. Ton insuline, c'est ce qui cause une hypo. Si ton taux d'insuline dans le sang surpasse ton taux de glucose, alors tu risques l'hypoglycémie. Where was I? Okay, yeah. So Alice in Wonderland for the anticholinergic effects. We got red as a beet, which is the redness. Dry as a bone, which includes anything that has to do with anhydrosis, which includes xerostomy. It includes decrease mucosal mucus, I guess, if you want to put it that way. Constipation, and etc. I would include constipation and stuff like this because the mucus inside of, well, basically your intestines need mucus to make the stool pass. Your colon needs mucus to make the stool pass, and when you shit, just think of, and also decrease abdominal movements, bro. Just because of that. Parce que c'est sa classe et ça fait partie de son mécanisme d'action. I really want to put a smile just to like let her know that like this is why you need to know the mechanism of action of these medications. So we have dry as a bone, hot as a hair. I would include hyperthermia / tachycardia in this because a rabbit is fast, right? It's very fast. Mais quand t'es en hyper, attends, wait a minute. Vu c'est un hypoglycémia, quand t'es en hyper, tu prends de l'insuline et hypo les 15 grammes. Ok, oui. Oui. Hot as a hare, mad as a hatter. We have mad as a hatter was anything that has to do with delirium, actually. Delirium, lethargy, weakness, decreased level of consciousness. Okay, what does she tell me now?
Sont sujets à rendre la personne en hypoglycémie. Je comprends pas trop.
What the fuck is this question, bro? You can't be as dumb as that. Oui, les hypoglycémiens, comme le diabète, peuvent induire une hypoglycémie. Peuvent induire une hypoglycémie. I mean, you can't be that dumb. It's like in the name. Like, you gotta have a minimum of logic, man. You gotta have a minimum of, like, logic. That's kind of like just how it is, man. Anyways, weakness, decreased level, mad as a hatter, hot as a hare, mad as a hatter, full as a bottle, meaning not incontinence. Well, let's see, decreased urine output. And I would also include constipation in here because you're full as a bottle. Okay, but obviously, I will give you guys full right on this. When you think of bottle, you mostly think of liquids. Okay, so decreased urine output. L'antidote du coumadin, c'est la vitamine K, right? Mais pourquoi les légumes verts sont à proscrire? Sont pas à proscrire. So she's asking me, okay, the antidote of Coumadin is vitamin K. But why are green vegetables to be stopped when you're taking, like, she basically got that question. So I'm basically telling her they're not to be stopped. Ils peuvent juste être diminués en consommation. Diminués en consommation. Et c'est le même principe avec le mécanisme d'action. Oh my god. This I hope today she will learn that this is why you need to understand the mechanism of action of medications. Ton coumadin comme classe, c'est un anti-vitamine K. Si la personne continue à manger des légumes verts en grande quantité, le taux plasmatique de la vitamine K sera supérieur au taux plasmatique du coumadin. Ainsi, l'effet désiré sera diminué. Donc, on veut garder un taux plasmatique de coumadin supérieur à la vitamine K. Quand le patient est sous un traitement comme celui-là. There we go. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It is just as simple as that. So that was it for my Alice in Wonderland. Then we have the cholinesterases, because during our course for the neuro patients, mild cognitive. I'm sorry. I'm still as confused because I'm like managing two things at the same time. I'm managing this student, which is pretty cool because I see the answers that I'm answering to her, and I'm like, I feel ready for this exam. Yes, exactly. Mais l'antidote sera quoi? C'est en cas de surdose. En cas de surdose. Good. Mild neurocognitive disorder. Okay. So, two medications that we've learned for mild neurocognitive disorder is oh my god. Mild neurocognitive disorder that we learned was Aricept, which is your donepezil, and your rivastigmine being Exelon. Both of these are anticholinesterases, and this is where I think it is pertinent to know the side effects of cholinergic side effects. So an increase of cholinergic side effects means that you have an increase of acetylcholine, right? Because the mechanism of action, again, of these two medications decrease the activity of the enzyme which degrades acetylcholine inside of the plasma, right? So acetylcholinesterase. Hence, if you are inhibiting this enzyme, you will have an increase plasma production of acetylcholine, which comes into having sludge symptoms. So sludge, I think one of them was increased sweating. L was from L was for increased lacrimation. U was for increased urine output. D was for diarrhea. And G was for gastroemesis, so nausea and vomiting. So I'll just write nausea and vomiting. And that is your sludge symptoms. Of course, it also comes with bradycardia, because it's acetylcholine that is increased, and acetylcholine is a parasympathetic stimulant, which will decrease it will negatively impact chronotropic activity. So bradycardia, and the other one was what the fuck could it have been? Bradycardia, sweating, diaphoresis, diarrhea. No, I think that's it. There was another one, but I don't remember what it was. Considerations for neurocognitive disorder management: affective disorders, activity of daily life, behavioral problems, caretaker cognitive medication and stimulations. Directive, so simple instructions, giving one instruction at a time for these patients. Driving, sensory enhancement, and then that's it. Good. And then we have, okay, good. Diaphoresis, bradycardia. Insomnia was actually one of them. Insomnia. Yeah. And then we finally have, I think I have rempli comme une bouteille, tachycardie, mouvements abdominaux, mal as a hatter, sec comme un os. Good. So I actually named them all. I'm really proud of that. And last thing I need to learn is the medication. So Exelon, if I'm not mistaken, well, both of them are anticholinesterases, but Exelon more specifically has a I don't want to say anything. I think it has a posology. And the reason why I included posology of these is that medications that take a long time to durate. So, for example, Exelon, its onset will have many weeks. It will take many weeks for its onset, but its peak is unknown, right? Hence, coming into the posology being 6 to 12 milligrams per day, start lower with your geriatric patients, your geriatric giants, what we call them. So greater than, I think, 80 years old or like 75 years old, whatever. Anyways, it would start like that. Second of all, you would, for Aricept, I think it is 5 to 10 milligrams as a posology. And the same thing for Aricept. The Aricept has an onset of many weeks, and then finally the peak of action is unknown, and that is probably it. Oh, sorry, the peak is 2 to 4 weeks. The onset is actually unknown for the for Exelon, and Aricept is the onset is unknown, but the peak is many weeks. It is the inverse of what I just said. I was right for the posology, 6 to 12 milligrams per day. 1.5 for geriatric patients, and decreased hepatic function for Exelon. And 5 milligrams per day, you can increase it up to 10 after 4 to 6 weeks if there is a good tolerance for Aricept. I will not go into the MOCA. I will not go into stuff like that. We will then arrive at hypertension. For hypertension, the medications that I had to learn for this was your Coversil, so your ACE inhibitors, mostly because they're in first-line treatment of hypertension. There's your beta blockers as well. There's your calcium channel blockers as well. And the reason why my colleague kind of just like went and learned, I actually did not learn Norvasc. Let me just hypertension. What is essential to learn? Whoops. Let me just pull up my medication guide. What is essential to learn? So let me just do Norvasc. And I'm also learning like these things like really late. Cause like let's say labetalol takes 5 to 10 minutes if I remember correctly to take an effect, but however its peak duration it's like 3 or 4 hours or something, but I'll have to check that again. Metoprolol, the same thing, was like 10 to 15 minutes as an onset. Okay, there we go. Amlodipine. Let's start with amlodipine, calcium channel blocker. Let me just take a pen here. I'm gonna have to write it as well. So amlodipine, which is your Norvasc. Your class, it is a inhibiteur de calcique. And does it has a dihydropyridine? It is there is a chemical class. And I also include sometimes chemical classes because there was a question on allergies for the patient. And it was actually for Haldol, so haloperidol. However, the haloperidol was not like one of the medications to learn for this final exam. However, because the exam was like online, it was an online exam, and it made you think. It actually did make you think. So chemical class is a dihydropyridine. Calcium channel blockers. So it obviously decreases the calcium intake into the cell by binding. This medication basically binds to the calcium channel, making it that there is no influx of calcium that goes inside of the cell to cause polarization and polarization, depolarization. Sorry. And in order to constrict the smooth muscle, basically, or the muscle, basically. So the onset is unknown, and then the peak is 6 to 10 hours. Is 6 to 10 hours for amlodipine. So between 6 hours, I will be checking the blood pressure, for example. Surveillance pendant les 6 prochaines heures de la tension artérielle. Perindopril, we learned that it's your Coversil. It is your inhibitor of the it's your ACE inhibitor. Same thing for your enalapril, which is your Vasotec. Vasotec basically Vasotech basically. Oh shit! I missed that one. I remember this. This was so tedious to get that armor. So yeah, Perindo Pearl. I will go quickly and type in. Sorry, no, not Metoprolol, but low pressor. Low pressor. There's no Metoprolol? What the fuck? Low pressor. Wow, what the fuck? Low pre. Oh my god. Low pre. What the fuck? There's only one S in low pressor? Low pressor. Low pressor. It's an S, bro. Beta 1 adrenergic. Okay. Next we have Cholol, which is your low pressor. Your class is actually let's write ini beta. It's a calcium channel blocker. It's a calcium channel. Sorry, it's a beta blocker. Beta blocker. So beta blocker. Good. I will then go in the peak pharmacocinétique, pharmacodynamique, début d'action, féroce. So, onset, I was kind of right. 15 minutes. I said 10 to 15 minutes, but it's actually 15 minutes. And then the peak of action is 2 to 4 hours. 2 to 4 hours. Very good. Very good. Honestly, on this exam, I'm going to try as much as I can to avoid saying I will do the surveillance of this parameter for the next time. Like, I know it is a peak of action, but like, for example, if we have seen what happens when you give medication errors. So like, if this happens, I kind of just want to like avoid saying, oh, I will do the tight surveillance of the parameter of the arterial tension, right, of the blood pressure, simply because it's not the teacher, it's a university teacher. So he has like correctors, and correctors are like, they're like general correctors. They'll probably see this and be like, oh, okay, no, that's actually that's actually an evaluation and not an intervention, regardless if our teacher said, okay, well, if you do a surveillance, it's an intervention. But if you say I am taking the blood pressure, it is an examination, right? It's an evaluation because I'm trying to get data from my patient. So, but if I do the surveillance, it's because something happened and I have to do it. So that's a little bit of his logic. But I don't want to take any chances. That's the thing. I really do not want to take any chances with these. Hypertension guidelines to remember is to learn your values of your blood pressure. So anything above 140 systolic is considered as hypertension. Anything above 130 with past medical history of being diabetic is considered hypertension, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I am right. Definition: hypertension, blood pressure 140 over 90, and hypertensive urgency. There was one with 130. Oh, okay, I see. Over 135 and 85 if you've taken it ambulatory wise with the MAPA, or if you did an office ambulated office blood pressure, so MPAC by oscillometry. However, if the patient has diabetes and you've taken your blood pressure, uh, regardless if it was oscillometric in office or if it was in office blood pressure, and it's 130 over 80, then there is signs of hypertension immediately. However, if it in office, your blood pressure is 180 over 110, then you automatically have blood hypertension when you come into the office. If there is no signs of diabetes, preferably if you're at home, in office, oscillometric blood pressure is 135 over 85, then you give this guy a MAPA or a MAP pad, let him do it at home, come back in office, get the results, and see if this guy has blood pressure. If not, then this guy has white coat hypertension. If there is no signs that he is over 135 every time he comes into the office, well, then there is no hypertension. Lifestyle modification, what we learned for hypertension, and this goes also for all of the management of blood pressure. It is the DASH regime, so dietary approaches to stop hypertension, which increased, basically the easiest one that I can remember is an increase of vegetables, increased daily intake of vegetables, increase of vegetables in your plate, decrease of anything that has sodium, so decrease your sodium intake at least to 5 grams keep it under 5 grams per day. Then you want to have anything that has low fats. Unprocessed foods, avoid that at all costs. Everything that has to do with low fat foods. And then also as well, exercises 30 to 60 minutes at least 2 to 4 times per week. And then that's it. Follow Canada's Healthy Guide to Eating. Dietary approaches to stop hypertension. Yes, sir. Limit daily sodium intake to 5 grams. Potassium, magnesium are not recommended, but an increase in dietary potassium may help. Okay, good. Smoking cessation as well, if the patient is a smoker. Good. Very good. Pharmacological therapy, I'm not a doctor for that. We just learned that these basic medications. Assess and encourage pharmacological treatment and dietary approaches and lifestyle changes. And that's pretty much it for hypertension. We now get into diabetes. And before getting into diabetes, I actually wanted to review, because we also have wound care in this semester. We learned actually about wound care in this semester. There's actually 1 more hour and 30 minutes before my stream ends. There's actually an hour and 30 minutes before my stream ends. For diabetic patients specifically, this is where we start to get into wound care, and also for the neurocognitive disorder patients and the stroke patients and diabetic patients. Very important for the wound care. Hypertension patients, the only part where I see it pertinent to do wound care evaluation is if there is an arterial wound that is actually being that is starting to get produced. So what do I mean by arterial wound? When you do the evaluation of the skin as a nurse, and you notice that your patient, well, you know your patient has hypertension, but then you do the evaluation of the skin, and you notice that, oh shit, skin's looking pretty white on the inferior members. So the leg, let's say the leg, right? It's kind of looking pale, right? The guy, it's also looking very cold. The skin is always cold. It's going to be probably pertinent to do a checkup, to do an evaluation. What do I do as an evaluation? Well, I kind of inspect. I inspect the skin. I want to inspect the skin, right? I want to inspect the skin. And what do I do when I inspect the skin? What do I check for? Well, I can take the pulse, the foot pulse on the foot, or the posterior tibia pulse, and check to see if I have an actual pulse. So what do I do when I check the pulse? Well, I want to check if there's a decrease in pulse. What does that mean? There's probably an occlusion in the arterial side of things. Hence, that is why the skin can be cold. Because remember, the blood is also a heat source, right? The cardiovascular system is a heat source, right? That is why the skin is cold. I could take a capillary return. Hence why the skin, well, the capillary return could be over 3 seconds. Could be a problem for an arterial wound. I am kind of starting to lose my words over here. Honestly, we're just going to finish with this, and I think I'm going to take a break after this because I'm losing my words. I have spoken so much. So for an arterial wound, what you want to know, the skin can be dry. The hair follicles on the leg could actually fall. And that's pretty much it. What I remember. There's tingling as well. There's also tingling in terms of those of what is happening. Absence of varicose veins, pigmentation of the skin. There's paler. It's gonna be cold to the touch. Anatomical site is the dorsal side of the foot and the phalanges of the toes. The size, the form will be regular. Measures will be small. Exudate, there is going to be none. The appearance of the wound is there's going to be dry necrotic tissue. Pain, a lot of pain actually. A lot of pain. Pain during night, pain at night. The skin, the environment of the skin would be dry or intact skin. There's going to be absence of edema, and then the pulse will be hardly perceptible. Good. Compared to the venous wound, we have a venous wound over here. The characteristics of the venous wound, you're going to have a venous wound that is going to be You're going to have varicose veins in your venous wound. You're going to have a lot of edema. You're going to have a lot of edema. The pulse is going to be perceptible. You're going to have varicose veins. You're going to have hyperpigmentation. So hence why there's like a brown, sometimes the skin is going to appear brown. The bottom side of the foot is going to be irregular. So your foot is going to be irregular, mostly towards the bottom. You're going to see that the malleole of the foot is going to be really thin. It's going to be like really thin, but then like the size towards the tibia is going to be like really big. Hence why they call it an inverse champagne bottle. The exudate, yeah, there's going to be a lot of exudate, very serous exudate. Management for skincare, plaies de type 1. So a type 1 pressure wound is just going to be redness. There's going to be absence. I can't believe that actually worked. There's going to be absence of pallor when you put pressure on the pressure wound. There's your type 1. Your une déchirure. Une déchirure de pression. Déchirure is actually like a rupture. Oh yeah, a wound rupture. A stage 1. There's gonna be redness. There's gonna be like minor exudate, but you're gonna see separation of the skin. So that is like your red flags. Treatment wise, for the stage 1 pressure wound, is just going to be high pressure cleaning with NS 0.9%. You can apply a Tegaderm, which is a transparent dressing, or you could either also apply a hydrophilic paste, like the Triad, right? You can also apply that. For the skin rupture, I'm pretty sure there's another term for it in English, but I learned it in French. It is going to be low pressure irrigation with NS. So low pressure cleaning / irrigation with NS. And then I would go with l'acrylique Tegaderm acrylique, pansement acrylique, ou l'alginate de calcium. For that, because it's also in my book over here, l'alginate de calcium that you would use, and that is pretty much it. We'll not go into the other types of wounds. Oh my god. I'm sorry to get sick. This is why I spent too much time with it, guys. It is way too much time that I'm spending on this. There's the Braden scale that we need to learn for the Braden scale that we need to learn for the development of pressure wound risks. Oh my god. I was so close, guys. I was so close of getting towards I was so close of getting to that thing. I was so close. I'm trying to detach it so I can actually so I can get to that like thing over there. Oh my god, and it broke. That got me so pissed, guys. That actually got me so pissed. Uh, my Facebook is running, and I think that's taking like a lot of RAM. And also I'm streaming at the same time, like in high quality. Oh, so back to the scale. So we got the Braden scale, which evaluates the risk of a pressure wound. It evaluates the risk of having a pressure wound. Then we have your measure. Your measure is an acronym, and I'm going to type it out over here. Measure is an acronym for the measures. Oh my god. Exudate, presence of exudate. A for appearance. S for suffering. I know it is so bad. I know it is so bad here. But suffering as in, is the patient experiencing any pain regarding? So you do your PQRSTU, and you give medication to decrease his pain, you know. Okay. So, souffrance. E for the other E. The other E, I don't remember actually. Oh, no, sorry. I don't remember what the other E is for, but R is for re. Oh no, oh no, sorry. There's no other E. It just goes to R, which is reevaluation, and then B is I don't remember. I actually do not remember. So if I go back to my stuff. Now I'm in like chapter 5, which is like the technique. Apparence. Oh, yes. So the measure is so the side, so bord de la plaie. Bord de la plaie, which is so the sides of the. So how does it look like on the sides? Is there hyperkeratosis? Is there a callous skin? So that's pretty much it. And then that's pretty much it. Oh my god, I'm still on this? Bro. I'm switching between like screens, and I'm switching like between like my streaming and like my web browser. I just can't believe that I'm still under this I studied for 2 hours, bro. Like I am up here. I started to stream like at 9 a.m. I literally like started the stream at like 9 a.m. Diabetes is fine. I can actually like manage diabetes. I just sorry, I stopped talking because I'm thinking about a scale right now for the measurement of the pressure wound for diabetic people. The pressure wound for diabetic people. There was a scale, but it's not like the Braden or the it's just to know at what stage the diabetic pressure wound is. The diabetic foot actually is. One of them was dépistage du pied. Test du diapason. Wounds Canada. L'évaluation des plaies, la prise en charge, amputation. LOL. Okay. No, I think I have the Oh, there it is. Classification of Wagner. Yeah, that was the scale that I was thinking of. The other one is the classification according to the University of Texas. They're probably going to type both. I only learned the Wagner classification because it's the Wagner classification. Let's see where we're at in our stream. Did I oh my goodness, I'm still under there. But we're close. We actually made it. Oh my god. I got so pissed off here. Cuz like why doesn't like the ball why is there no physics for the ball to roll? Damn. Oh, finally. All right, guys. I will be ending the stream over here. It's been 2 hours. I cannot go any further for more than 2 hours. I know it's been like 16 minutes, but I can't go any further. I'm too tired. I've studied enough for today. I thought I was going to go like within 2 hours. I thought I had time to go like through all of them. I just have diabetes and stroke that I need to review over. Diabetes is fine. I've actually have been learning the mechanism of action and stuff like that for diabetes. sorry, for the diabetes medication, I have been learning like mechanism of action of the 2 medications that we had to learn, including insulin. And I was also like teaching like my classmate on diabetes stuff. So it is what it is. With that being said, guys, I thank you so much for being part of this study stream. I have been your host, AJP, and I will see you folks next time. Thank you very much for watching.
Hey guys, thank you very much for watching the whole content. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to catch it live, come on twitch.tv/MajinP. That's MAJINNP. I appreciate the support this channel has been getting, which is making it growing bigger and bigger. So please take the time to like, subscribe, and share, and all of that fun stuff. I'm always here trying to get up there, so if you want to support your boy, you know what to do. Thank you very much again for watching, and peace out.